Assalamu alaikum students. So after having the knowledge of stress that we define it as the restoring force acting per unit area, then because of the stress there is strain in the body. What is strain? Strain simply is defined as I lastly defined it. It is change in the configuration of the body to the original configuration. Once there is acting what? Once you are going to elongate a body. Once if you are having a rod like this, if you are going to apply force on this very body, if you are going to apply in this very direction force, in this very direction force, because of that there will be strain, because of the stress produced there will be strain. So that very strain is defined change in configuration, how much there is change in the configuration to the original configuration. Now as we are having three types of stress, we are having also the types for the strain. The number one type for the strain that's called as the longitudinal strain. Now what is this longitudinal strain? Longitudinal strain is defined as when a body is either tensile stress or compressive stress. When the body is either tensile stress or compressive stress, because of that there is a strain, and that strain is called as longitudinal strain, and it is defined as the ratio of. It is defined as the ratio of change in length to the original length. Why I am talking of length? Because in longitudinal strain I am saying once you are going to, once a body is under active tensile stress or compressive stress, in both the stresses whether tensile or compressive, what happens, the length increase or the length decrease, that is all it deals with the length. That is I am saying longitudinal strain is defined as ratio of change in length to the original length. If we are having a rod whose original length is L, and after you are applying, it is under tensile stress or compressive stress. If it is under tensile stress, then this new length becomes L plus delta L. So how much is the change? The change is delta L. So original configuration, change in configuration, that is delta L over the original configuration, that is L. That's called as what? Longitudinal strain. So longitudinal strain equals to what? Change in length to original length. Change in length, that will be delta L, and original length, that was L. So this is how we are going to define what? Longitudinal strain. As it is the length, it is length, so it doesn't have any kind of units. It does not possess any kind of units. So longitudinal strain or any type of strain, it doesn't have any kind of units. If we proceed further, we will see the another type of strain that is called as volumetric strain. Volumetric strain. What is volumetric strain? Volumetric strain is this type of strain is actually produced when a body is under the bulk stress or hydraulic stress, and it is defined as change in volume to the original volume. Again, I will define this very volumetric strain. If I will say like this, if I was having a body of this very shape and initial its volume was V naught, and after it is the hydraulic stress, it is within a fluid. This is the chamber in which it is placed, and it is under fluid stress, hydraulic stress, bulk stress. So now its volume gets decreased. If original volume was this, then its volume will be a bit decreased. This will be its new volume. So let us say its new volume is now V. So what is change in volume? The volumetric strain, which is defined as, so volumetric strain is defined as change in volume. I will say here change in volume to the original volume. What is change in volume? Change in volume will be the initial volume which was a bigger to the final volume, that will be V naught minus V, to the original volume that was V naught. So then we can say V naught minus V, that will be a delta V over V naught. we're going to use a minus sign. Why minus? Minus sign here implies that the volume decreases, because delta v, the final volume, is a greater one. The final volume is a smaller one. This is the final volume, but the initial volume was a bigger one, because it is under the hydraulic stress or bulk stress. So that is why we have used here a minus. The minus is only for the purpose that there is what, decrease in the volume when the body is under hydraulic stress. Now we are having the third type of it, that is called as what, that is called as the shearing strain. What is it? It is produced, this strain is produced when a body is under tangential stress or shearing stress, and it is defined as the angle through which the face of the body originally perpendicular to the fixed face is turned when it's under shearing stress. I will say it like this. I will please first write down the formula. Tan of theta equals to x over L. Now you will be here, what is actually x, what is here L? If I was having this as a body, I will place it like this. This is a once you are going to apply the force here, because of that there will be stress and there will be strain. This very edge, it is going to move like this. It's going to reach here. This very back offside, this is also going to reach here. So it is going to turn through an angle of theta here. If it was having length L, it is going to move through a displacement of small x or delta x, you will say. I will say here delta x, it will be a delta x change will be there, and thus we can define here, it is an angle 90. We can define tan of theta, that's perpendicular by base, that's perpendicular by base tan of theta. And this very tan of theta gives us what? This gives us actually shearing strain. So shearing strain is measured by the ratio of relative displacement of one plane of the body to its normal what, to its normal distance from the, actually the normal distance from the plane was L, but then it is defined as the ratio of relative displacement. Relative displacement, that comes out to be delta x by L. Once I will take the ratio of 2, it will give us what, it will give us shearing strain. So these were the terms which we have to read after the shearing stress. Hope you understand those. If anybody have any queries, then do call me. Tomorrow I'll be with another lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.